The Lady Indians of Kennett and your Donettes. And now for the starting lineup of the Lady Indians. Number 20, Kennett. Number 24, Macy New. Number 32, Annelle Harris. Number 50, Ara Spielman. And number 52, Adeline Nelson. And now, get on your feet. Push for the hands together for your guys and Donettes. Number 10, Kennett. Number 11, Doniphan. Number 30, Cindy Speck. Number 51, Emily Davis. And number 34, Bailey Crystal. Folks, please keep in mind this is not just a sporting event, but also an educational opportunity. So please let us try to compete with sports. 2 for And it's a 3 for Doniphan. They have your answers to your property products. Property Wealth Group.
feel like I'm like a jump out. I know you did that. I believe. Oh,
I think you squat low like that. I don't even have to get up there. I just like.
yeah, I know. I squat low and I.
Look at my shoulder.
2. Foul on the first and 4. On the line, number 82.
I can do it. It's just like my hands are like really close.
about now? I had it shut off. I shut it off a while ago, I guess. Is that too loud? Check, 1, 2, check, check, check. Test, 1, 2, test, test. Check, 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 test, 1, 2. Test, test. Check, check, test, 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 1, 2. That's almost off. Right there. That's pretty close to being off. That's good? Okay. This one right here. Test, 1, 2. I can turn that one all the way down because I'm not listening to commercials anyway. You want to hear a little bit, I guess, of the crowd noise, huh? This one here is all the way up. This one here is almost off. This here is my mic right there. Test, 1, 2, test, test, check, check, check. Test, 1, 2, check, 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 test, test, 1, 2. Test, 1, 2, test, test, check, check. What did it end up? 44? Yeah, I was at a thing at the country club. A couple of judges were all prosecuting attorneys were retired. Somebody was telling me 44 nothing. Looked at it. Yeah. That's the hardest game they had all year while they were there. They beat them by 30 something. They maybe 40. They might have been 40. They might have 74 to 30. I think there they'll be better, there's no doubt. They didn't even win the 7th place game. Well, I take that back. I don't know if they played the 7th place game or not. Because I think that's why they moved our game up a half an hour. I think that they just didn't even play that game. Now, I may be wrong, but I didn't ask anybody. The 5th place game was going on when I got there. And I got there early enough, the other one probably should have been going on. Hey, I guess about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nope, I got to go to Elsinore twice, tomorrow night and Thursday night. Hey, that's my hometown. I like going up there. I get to see some old friends. They've got a Doniphan graduate coaching their girls team up there now.
Who's that?
Angela Rogers.
Really?
Mm-hmm. She's sitting right over there. Right on this side of the beam there. Right there on this side of the beam there. Yeah, my daughter graduated the same year she did up East Carter. My daughter played AAU with them, with Doniphan girls. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bill L. Wright Gymnasium in Doniphan, Missouri for tonight's high school basketball game between the Doniphan Donettes and the Kennett Lady Indians. Donettes coming off their consolation championship up at Van Buren, the Lady Dog Classic last week, and they come back to start regular season play. They have a game tonight, a game Thursday night, and a game next Monday, and believe it or not, we're already talking Twin Rivers Christmas tournament. That tournament will start a week from this Saturday down at Brosley at Twin Rivers High School. I talked to Coach Epps before the junior varsity game. He was telling me that the seed meeting for that is next Monday. So the Donettes have 2 games to try to win. And if they win both of those tonight and up at East Carter on Thursday, they'll have a record of 5-1 heading into that seed meeting. And that ought to get them a pretty good seed in the Twin Rivers Christmas tournament. Their only loss came to Van Buren on their home court, and I had not paid attention. I went up there and done that game on the radio, and Maddie Eddington did not play that night, and I didn't even realize that she didn't get into the game, and she is setting out again tonight. She got hurt in the first game of the year against Corning, which would have been 2 weeks ago tonight, and she has not played since. Now, I didn't ask him what was wrong with her because the JV game was getting ready to start, but she is out again tonight. And the Donettes did not lose that game by very much up at Van Buren, but that would have put them in the winner's bracket. I don't know if they could have went 2-1 if they'd have got in the winner's bracket, but they come into this game with a 3-1 record on the season, and they're hosting the Kennett Lady Indians here tonight. We're about 3 minutes away from our starting lineups and the national anthem, and I'm going to keep it here for a minute and tell you tomorrow night, the boys are playing East Carter up at Elsinore, and as of right now, I'm not sure whether we'll be able to do the game tonight or tomorrow night, and the girls go to East Carter Thursday. I'm waiting on the athletic director to get back with me to tell me if they've got a phone line, because that's one of the gyms in the area, along with Van Buren, Piedmont, Twin Rivers, metal buildings that you cannot get out with a cell phone. It's just impossible. So if we can't get a phone line for tomorrow night, we'll not be able to do the other 2 games that we have this week. after tonight, after tomorrow night, the boys are off until a week from Friday, so they're going to have a big layoff and get some practice time in. If they're going to be playing East Carter tomorrow night, a week from Friday night, they will play the Kennett Indians. Will be here at Doniphan on the 14th. The Donettes and the Kennett Lady Indians on the floor right now. The Donettes in their home whites with black numbers trimmed in gold. Kennett will be in black, and I assume they will have white numbers probably with gold trim. Both schools black and gold. Donettes will go from left to right in the first half. And of course, you're watching this on YouTube. You can see that. Kennett will go from right to left. I'm just going to hang it on here till we get ready for the national anthem, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll be back with the starters. I have those right now. And sometimes it gets kind of loud in here, so I'm going to go ahead and give those to you before we go to break. For the Kennett Lady Indians, they're coached by Kevin McCaig. They will start Camille Thomas, a 5'7 junior. Antonia Randall, a 5'8 junior. Caroline Patton, a 5'9 sophomore. A 5'2 freshman, Kyra Jaco. And a 5'4 junior, Janisha Hubbard. All right, well, we're getting ready for the national anthem, so we're going to take a 90-second break, and we'll be back to give you the rest of the starters for the Donettes and the Kennett Lady Indians.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
You've heard it all before. We're number one. We're the best. We have the biggest rebates. Now is the time to skip the hype and come to Current River Ford in Doniphan. They're all about helping you find the perfect new Ford. Current River Ford services your vehicles after the sale. From the moment you drive in, you will receive the quality service you've been missing. With the selection at Current River Ford, you'll find the new vehicle you want. How about getting your next vehicle at a dealership that makes it all about you? Current River Ford, Highway 160 in Doniphan.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the Missouri way of life. We're for worrying less about the what-ifs and more about the why-nots. We're for checking off your bucket list and then making a new one. For starting a family, a business, a tradition. And if you find yourself starting over, we're here for that too. We're for building a life in Missouri and then going out and living it. And when it comes to making sure everything you've built is protected, we're for you.
I am Doug Green, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
School, we're getting set for Donettes basketball, the Donettes and the Kennett Lady Indians. As I said, Kennett will start Camille Thomas, Antonia Randall, Caroline Patton, Kyra Jaco, and Janisha Hubbard. For the Donettes and Coach Adam Epps, Addie Jones, a 5'6 junior. Timberly Mashin, a 5'10 senior. Lexi Day, a 5'3 senior. Olivia Cruz, a 5'6 sophomore. And Emily Edier, a 6-foot junior. Going to get pretty loud here for a second, so we will just let our PA announcer, Mr. Kent Wilfong, introduce the Donettes for you. We're set for Donettes basketball. And I don't know if I finished my story about the East Carter games or not. I am waiting on a call or a text back from Coach Jordan Penn of the East Carter Redbirds on whether they have the phone line. They've had that phone line in there for over 20 years, and I would imagine it's still there, but we don't know for sure. But the only thing I can tell you is to tune in on KYEC 88.3 tomorrow night, about 7:15 or so. And hopefully we'll have the Dons and the East Carter Redbirds for you. Kennett's going to control the tip, and they're going to get a layup, but they missed it right off the bat. Offensive rebound, and that is going to be by number 24, Kyra Jaco. And she got, well, I think that was number 24. Yeah, Kyra Jaco got the bucket, so Kennett leads 2-0, and the Donettes are going to get it right back on a nice backdoor pass from Lexi Day to Timberly Mashing. The Donettes going to set up in a full court press, 2-2-1. Handle in the back court. They pass it up into the front court to Patton. She gets it down low, and a wide open shot for number 14. That is Antonia Randall, and they beat the press too easy that time. Coach Epps can't be happy about that. 4-2 Kennett, we're just underway. Cruz gives it in the corner to Edier. Edier back on the wing. Kennett playing a zone. Cruz will dribble back out front. Waits on Lexi Day to come back and get the basketball. Now the Donettes are going to set it up. Getting instruction from Coach Epps. Days has it at the volleyball line. Now the Donettes are moving around. Right side pass to Addie Jones. And by the way, Addie Jones had, I believe it was 26 points in that consolation game, or one of the games of Van Buren. I'm sorry, I don't remember which one it was, but she had, I think, 6 3-pointers made in that game. So the Donettes definitely needed somebody to start hitting some threes, and a nice turnaround shot by Emily Edier. Good to see her to get that first shot to go, and she's going to steal the pass. She's going to pick it up in the corner. Waits on her teammates and gives it to Lexi Day. We're tied at 4. 6:20 to go in the first quarter. Olivia Cruz dribbles in, puts it up, and her shot's blocked. It's blocked out of bounds by Randall, and it'll stay with the Donettes under their own basket. Lexi Day will throw it in. Gets it in on the wing to Timberly Mashing. Back on the baseline to Addie Jones. She tries to dribble baseline. We're going to have a blocking foul called on Caroline Patton. That'll be the first foul of the ball game. And Day will throw it in again underneath the left side of the Donettes basket. He slaps the ball. The players start to move. Throws it in the corner to Cruz. Out to Mashing, and she lets Lexi Day come back and get it, and the Donettes will reset. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 4-4. Cross-court pass to Day on the wing. Back out front to Jones. Moves it quickly to Cruz. Back to Jones. Wide open at the head of the key for 3. It's no good. And the rebound down to Camille Thomas. Gives it to Hubbard. Down low again, wide open. And there's going to be an and one as the basket counts. And Randall is beating the Donettes back down the floor. And that foul is going to be on Lexi Day. And she's going to have a chance for a three-point play. That is already 4 points for Randall. She actually missed the first shot of the game, a wide open layup. Her free throw is good. She has 5 of the 7 points, and Kennett's got a 3-point lead. Now it looks like Kennett's gone man-to-man now. Mashing, handling out front, dribbles to the right wing, throws it out front to Jones. Dribbles one time, and she should have done that. And the ball knocked into the back. Oh, no! That ball was tipped. They called back court. Patton tipped that ball into the back court, but the official says that they didn't touch it. Now that's a bad call. He didn't ask for help either. I don't know if I could have got it, but that was a bad call. Thomas, guarded by Jones. Pass out front, ball knocked away. And we're going to have a foul on Janisha Hubbard as Addie Jones had stole the ball. And it's probably a good foul on Hubbard because Jones would have been off to the races. She kind of lost her footing, but I think she was about to regain her footing. And she would have had a wide open layup. So the foul will give the Donettes the ball up near midcourt. They trail 7-4. Cruz gives it to Lexi Day. Day right wing to Jones. Jones back out front. Cruz fakes the 3, gives it to Day on the left wing. Down to Mashing. Well, Eddier's posting up. She should have gave it to her. She's working hard down there. Cruz looking in the middle. I don't know why they're not giving it to him. That time Mashing was open. Mashing fakes the 3, takes it in, cross court. Lexi Day, wide open 3. It's long, and the ball saved before it goes out of bounds by Patton. That was a good play there. Day just did not hit it, and Patton double dribbles with nobody around her. I did want to mention that Kennett has a very young team. They start a couple of juniors. They have no seniors. They start 3 juniors, a freshman and a sophomore. They have no seniors on the team at all. Well, the Donettes will get it underneath their own basket. Mashing inbounds it. Gets it over to Addie Jones. Back to Day. Cross court to Mashing on the right wing. He dribbles baseline. Drops it off to Eddier. Turns, shoots. Shot it too hard. Mashing with the offensive rebound. Puts it up too hard. Eddier rebounds. Puts it up and she scores. Emily Eddier gets her second bucket. Makes it 7-6, and the Donettes are going to get a steal. They almost went out. Addie Jones knocked it away. It's picked up by Eddier. We're halfway through the first quarter. The Donettes with a chance to take the lead. And the pass in the middle is too high. And Kennett's going to get the steal. There comes Jaco. Dribbles into the paint. Nice move. Missed the shot. Mashing with the rebound. That girl's a freshman. She acts like she knows what to do out there. 7-6. Kennett leads it. Eddier on the baseline. Free throw line wide open. Cruz puts a shot up. It's good. Olivia Cruz gets her first one. 8-7 Donettes. 2-2-1 press. Inbounds pass comes to Hubbard. Throws it up ahead to Patton, and she dribbled it on the out of bounds line. And another turnover on Kennett gives the ball back to the Donettes. I can tell you right now, both teams look like they're winded, and we're going to get a timeout call by Coach McKay, with the Donettes leading 8-7 with 3:27 to go in the first quarter. We'll be back after this 30-second break.
Born to be wild? Well, don't let higher fuel prices put a damper on your fun. Get to Countryside Chevrolet in Doniphan today for a more fuel-efficient vehicle and let your wild side ride. Countryside has new vehicles that get more than 30 miles per gallon. Find out about flex fuel technology and check their great lineup of program and late model pre-owned vehicles. Ripley County's largest Chevrolet dealer is Countryside Chevrolet in the Hillcrest Plaza, Doniphan. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
All right, the Donettes have regained the lead here, 8-7, with 3:27 to go in the first quarter. Coach McKay called a timeout. They've turned it over a couple times in a row, and it's going to be Donettes' ball after another turnover. And we still have the same 10 players on the floor for both teams, or 5 for both teams, excuse me. Cruz dribbles to the baseline, throws it back out front to Jones, swings it left side to Day. Now left baseline to Mashing. They leave her open, fakes the three, gets around the defense, and she got pushed. And I think that's going to be on number 14, I believe. We'll see. Nope, it's going to be on Patton, and that's her second. So she has 2 of the 3 team fouls. Now number 10, Mallory Morrow, a 5-foot junior, comes in. So they lose a lot of height there, as Patton was 5'9", their tallest player on the floor. Addie Jones, head of the key. Passes left side, Lexi Day. In the corner to Mashing. Back out front to Jones, comes and meets a pass. Oh, good try there. That was a nice look there, but the pass a little bit too high. Eddier was open, but just a little bit too high, and it goes out of bounds. Well, the Donettes turn it over. Inbounds pass comes into Morrow. She double teamed, passes up to Hubbard. Hubbard gets around the defense, and oh my goodness, 14 Randall open again, and she's fouled by Mashing. She made her shoot it a little ways from the basket, but she must have come down with the hands. And Randall, who has 5 of their 7 points, is at the free throw line. She is 1 of 1. She had a 3-point play earlier. And the free throw, high-arcing shot, pretty shot, nothing but net. 8-8, 2:51 to go in the first quarter. Antonia Randall, this one is also good. Boy, she just barely wrinkles the net on those free throws. They drop back, pick up man-to-man in the front court. Day, right side to Jones. Baseline to Mashing on the right side. Back to Jones. Fakes the three, dribbles into the paint. Down low to Eddier. Nice catch, puts it up in the air. Looked like she might have got fouled, but no call. Emily Eddier off to a good start. She's got 6. Donettes back up 10-9. And a long pass up ahead. Jaco overshoots Hubbard, and it goes out of bounds. And it'll be Donettes' ball again. So the 2-2-1 full court press is causing some turnovers by Kennett. Donettes up 10-9. Lexi Day, left wing, in the paint to Mashing. Gives it out in the corner to Edier. Out front to Jones, swings it right side to Cruz. Nice catch. She's double teamed. She's going to have to get out of it. Gets it over to Lexi Day. Three-pointer is up, no good. And Jaco with a rebound for Kennett, and she's going to be fouled in the back court by Olivia Cruz. That's her first personal and third team foul. And Cruz is going to check out, and Jalen Dutton will come in. Well, Kennett gets it back with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. The Donettes lead 10-9. Hubbard gives it to, on the baseline. Jaco is going to be called for an offensive foul. She lowered that shoulder into Lexi Day. And that's the first foul on Kyra Jaco. Addie Jones, right wing, right baseline to Mashing. They try to double team, gets it back to Jones. Over to Dutton. Now left side to Lexi Day. Back out front to Dutton, in the paint to Mashing. She faces up, puts a jumper up, and it won't go. And the rebound comes down to Thomas for Kennett. Gives it to Jaco. Jaco runs it up the floor. Gives it right wing to Morrow. Morrow back out front to Hubbard. Hubbard out at the volleyball line, guarded by Jalen Dutton. Dribbles in, now circles back out, right side to Morrow. Down to Jaco on the baseline. She's guarded by Lexi Day. Back to Morrow. Morrow splits a double team and got away with a travel there, I think. Back over to Jaco. High arcing three up, no good. Emily Edier rebounds it for the Donettes with 1 minute left in the first quarter and a 10-9 lead. Mashing gives it left side to Day. Day penetrates into the paint, bounces to Mashing, steps out behind the three-point line, doesn't take it. Back out to Jones. Down low to Edier. She's covered up. Back to Jones. Fakes the three-pointer. Back out front to Day. Day going to dribble down to the paint, up and under, and no good. And the ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Donettes. Jalen Dutton got in there and caused a little havoc on the rebound, and it went out of bounds. Last touch by Randall. Well, the Donettes will keep it with 36 seconds left. Day wide open at the head of the key. She's going to shoot it, and she gets a good bounce, and it goes in for three. Alexi Day puts the Donettes up 13-9. Hubbard cut off on the side, bounces it to Morrow, and Morrow's fouled by Jalen Dutton. The Donettes are trying to trap, and sometimes when you're trapping, playing hard defense there, trying to trap, you're going to commit some fouls, and that's the fourth team foul. Actually, both teams have 4. 12 seconds left. Hubbard with it out front. Down to 8 seconds. Dribbles in, kicks it out front to Jaco, left side. Fake shot by Thomas. She's going to put it up. She's partially blocked. Edier got the block, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. And the Donettes have a 13-9 lead over the Kennett Lady Indians here at Doniphan High School at the end of the first quarter. 4-point lead for the Donettes. We'll be back with second quarter action after the 60-second break.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
Welcome back, everybody. We got a 13-9 lead for the Donettes over the Kennett Lady Indians. We start the second quarter. Donettes will have the ball. They send out Jalen Dutton, Alexi Day, Emily Edier, Timberly Mashing, and Addie Jones. Kennett will have Morrow, Jaco, Thomas, Randall, and Hubbard. And we got an offensive foul down underneath the basket on Emily Edier. And Coach Epps was mad because they didn't pass the ball into Edier, who was posting up, but she ends up getting whistled for the foul. And that's her first. Donettes have 5 team fouls, but they have 5 players with 1 apiece. Now we got number 50. That is Era Spielman. Jaco dribbles it down. It's taken away by Timberlake. And we have Bailey Carson into the game for the Donettes, replacing Addie Jones. And the pass inside deflected away. It's loose on the floor, and we're going to end up having a tie ball, and it will belong to Kennett. Oh, no, they're going to give a timeout to Coach McKeag before. It would have been his ball on the alternating possession, but he called a timeout, so that'll save him the alternating possession next time we have a tie ball. 7:31 to go in the first half. Jalen Dutton comes off holding her eye. I think she's all right, though. Now, Coach Epps had just gotten on to, I don't know who it was in the corner for the last trip down the floor, not getting the ball inside to Edier. And that time Mashing tried to force it in there. And it ended up being a turnover as it was knocked away. So the Donettes with a 13-9 lead over the Kennett Lady Indians. And they have Spielman, Hubbard, Jaco, Randall, and Thomas on the floor. Donettes set up in their 2-2-1 press. Hubbard gives it to Thomas. Thomas dribbles over to the left side. She's going to be trapped and the ball knocked away, loose on the floor, and Jalen Dutton's going to get the steal. She dribbles down, passes over to Bailey Carson, lays it up, she missed it. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Bailey Carson. Good hustle by the Donettes. Carson got a little bit too far in the middle of the floor. Jalen Dutton knocks it away. Randall got it back and turned around and looked at her like, what are you doing? Thomas up ahead to Hubbard, dribbles in on the right side. Her shot up won't go. Randall with the rebound, missed it, got it back again, missed it. And an over the back foul going to be called on Spielman. I'll tell you what, that Antonia Randall is, she's an athlete now, I'm telling you. Now that's 5 team fouls on Kennett. Bailey Carson checks out. And Addie Jones back in for the Donettes. Carson played quite a bit in the JV game. I know she played, I think, at least 3 quarters. So that means she can still got 3 she can play in the varsity game. Day over to Dutton on the left wing. Gives it to Edier on the baseline, puts it on the floor, throws it out front, and throws it down at Addie Jones's feet. And it goes out of bounds into the Doniphan bench. Edier got up in the air there, and that's don't need to do that if you don't know where you're going to go with a pass first. And she got up in the air, I think got caught with nowhere to go. Well, Hubbard will inbound it for Kennett. Inbounds it to Thomas. Thomas guarded by Mashing. Throws it in the corner. Lexi Day knocks it out of bounds. And it'll stay with Kennett down towards the end of the Doniphan bench. Hubbard will throw it in again. Pass comes in. Thought Mashing was going to steal it, but she didn't quite get there. And throw in the corner again, and Day going for the steal is going to pick up a foul. And that's her second. Last 6:31 of the half. Kennett will be in the bonus. That's 16 fouls. Hubbard to throw it in. Gets it in the corner to Jaco. Back out to Hubbard. Hubbard dribbles over towards the center of the floor. Top passes back left wing to Jaco. Jaco dribbles into the paint. Over to Thomas on the right wing. Loses a handle, gets it back. Mashing knocks it out of her hand. And it's going to stay with Kennett. Now, Kanaya Madlock is going to check in for Camille Thomas. We're the Lady Indians. Kanaya Madlock. Inbounds comes into Madlock. Pass right back to Hubbard. Back to Matlock. She dribbles down the lane, throws up a runner, and it's good from the free throw line. Shot it like a layup. 13-11 Donettes. 6 minutes left in the first half. And we got a timeout called by Coach Epps. 6 minutes to go in the half. Donettes lead 13-11. And It's a 30, so we'll be back after this one break here.
Born to be wild? Well, don't let higher fuel prices put a damper on your fun. Get to Countryside Chevrolet in Doniphan today for a more fuel-efficient vehicle and let your wild side ride. Countryside has new vehicles that get more than 30 miles per gallon. Find out about flex fuel technology and check their great lineup of program and late model pre-owned vehicles. Ripley County's largest Chevrolet dealer is Countryside Chevrolet in the Hillcrest Plaza, Doniphan. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
Donettes ball leading by 2, 13-11. Just going to the 6-minute mark of the second quarter. Lexi Day gives it to Addie Jones. Day goes to the corner, gets it back. She's double teamed. Gives it back to Jones on the wing. Passes down low to Kaylee Davis, who just checked in. Her shot blocked, but Mashing gets the rebound, puts it up, and her shot blocked. Well, that looked like she come down on that one, too. No call. Kaylee Davis came in for Emily Edier. Jaco's going to take it to the other end, stop in the corner, throws it back out front to Spielman. Back to Hubbard. Jaco, long three-pointer. Air ball picked up by Mashing on the offside. Mashing right up the middle of the floor. Going to take it all the way to the hole. Lays it up. It's good, and she's fouled. She kind of caught Kennett sleeping there with their backs to him. And the bucket's going to count. And the foul's going to be on Janisha Hubbard, her second. Emily Edier comes back in for Kaylee Davis. Mashing looking for the old-fashioned three-point play. This will be the first free throw for the Donettes. Free throw is no good. And the rebound comes down to Randall. Gives it to Jaco. Passes over on the right side to Hubbard. Hubbard's going to take it down. Shot up, no good. And Mashing with another rebound for the Donettes. She speeds it up the right side. Down low, Edier catches. Oh, she threw it back out. Day for a three-pointer, air ball. Offside rebound by Mashing and an offensive foul on Mashing. We're starting to get a few fouls called now. That's 2 on Mashing, 2 on Day. On Kennett's side, Caroline Patton and Janisha Hubbard have 2. Edier should have shot that one. Madlock throws it back to Hubbard. Up in the front court to Randall. Randall waits on Hubbard. Hubbard over. Madlock, three-pointer. No good. Edier with the rebound. Day, cross-court pass. Addie Jones is open for 3. No good. Offensive rebound by Jalen Dutton. Goes up with it. No good. And Mashing gets the rebound, and she's stripped. And the ball loose on the floor, and Kennett's going to come out with it. Here comes Jaco. She's going to stop at the head of the key and fire a 3. It's short. Long rebound comes back to Spielman at the free throw line. She's fouled by Day, and that's going to be 3 on Lexi Day. Well, she knows she got 2 fouls. That's kind of a silly foul there. Here comes Olivia Cruz back in. And Coach Epps is talking to the official about some of those blocks on the other end. Well, Kennett's 3 for 3 from the free throw line. All of those were shot by Randall. Now it's Eris Spielman. And Randall's going to check out and take a rest. And Camille Thomas comes back in. We'll see if Spielman can shoot free throws. She missed it, and Edier gets the rebound. That was a 1-and-1, too. Cruz brings it into the front court. Right side to Dutton. Back out front to Addie Jones. Now to Cruz. Cruz with a nice drive. Puts it up, no good, but she's fouled. And she'll shoot, should be shooting 2. That foul's going to be on Spielman. And I have that for 2 on her. As Bailey Carson's at the free throw line getting ready to check back in. Cruz's free throw is good. She has 3 points. Carson comes in for Alexi Day, who goes to the bench with 3 fouls. Still got 4:05 left in the first half. Donettes leading 16-11. Cruz's second one is in and out. Spielman rebounds it, and she's going to be tied. Oh, yeah, that's hard to say. It took them long enough to call that. Edier got her hands on it, but it will be Kennett's basketball. Arrow favors them. Inbounds pass comes into Madlock. Back to Hubbard, up to Harris, and she'll get it into the top front court. And she's double teamed. and throws it into the back court, and I don't think anybody touched it, and it is a back court violation. Good defense. Well, Donettes get that double team set up. They've caused some problems for Kennett. And the turnover gives it back to the Donettes, and Thomas will check out as she had just got back into the game. Randall comes right back in for her. Cruz gets it inbounds to Jalen Dutton. Kennett in the man-to-man. In the corner, Jones, double team, gives it back to Dutton. Lobs down low, Edier with a nice catch, puts it up high off the glass, no good. Spielman with the rebound. I think she was worried too much about getting fouled there instead of just shooting it. Hubbard dribbles down, gives it in the corner, three-pointer up, no good by Madlock, and Bailey Carson gets the rebound. Ooh, and there's going to be a palm in the basketball called against Edier. Got to give that ball to a guard. Big girl giving it to a big girl doesn't work very good. (16-11), Donettes lead. Donettes have Dutton, Jones, Carson, Edier, and Cruz out there. Then Jaco, Madlock, Randall, Spielman, and Hubbard. Lob down low. Randall with a nice catch. She missed the shot, though. Offensive rebound for Hubbard. Hubbard's going to bounce it down low to Spielman. Spielman goes in and shot blocked. And a foul on Emily Edier. I'll tell you what, I don't think these two officials are doing as good a job on calling that when they're going straight up and the offense initiating the contact as some of the other ones have done. Well, Spielman will be shooting 2 this time, and the first one rims out. So Randall's 3 for 3 at the free throw line. Spielman's 0 for 2. Edier goes to the bench. Timberly Mashing comes back in. Timberly has 2 fouls as well, so you got to watch out here. The second one is good by Spielman. That is her first point of the game. 16-12, Donettes lead by 4 with 3 minutes left in the first half. Addie Jones, free throw line to Mashing. Fakes the shot, going to dribble in, put it up, no good. Dutton with the offensive rebound. It hits off her foot and goes right to Mashing, and she puts it in from about 4 feet. I'll tell you what, they're not calling any fouls down there. Pass in the middle, almost stolen by Carson, but now Kennett's got numbers. And they're going to throw it away. Spielman threw it behind Randall, and it went out of bounds. And the Donettes actually did a good job. They had a 2-on-1, but I don't know who it was. Somebody hustled back there to make that pass be thrown behind her. Donettes up by 6 now. Carson in the corner. Back on the wing to Jones. Back out front to Cruz. Cruz back to Jones. She's wide open. Three-pointer up and good for Addie Jones. Been waiting on that this first half. And it's 21-12, biggest lead for the Donettes. 2:15 to go in the first half. Hubbard bounces it up to Spielman. Cross court to Randall. It goes right through her hands, out of bounds. And the Donettes get it on another turnover. She just missed that one. That one wasn't a bad pass by Spielman. Donettes with a chance to extend a 9-point lead. Cruz tied up, bounces to Carson at the free throw line. Fakes the shot, bounces back to Cruz on the wing. Cross court on the left side to Jones. And throw down low to Carson's too high. And Spielman's going to get it. Coach Epps hollering, get back! Jaco dribbles in, shot up, and Jones come down. With that hand that time for sure. They didn't miss that one. And that's going to send Kyra Jaco to the free throw line. She is a 5'2" freshman. Has 2 points in this first half. And she looks like she might be able to shoot free throws. 21-13 as the first one goes in. Camille Thomas back in for Janisha Hubbard. Donettes also have 10 team fouls, so if they foul any more this first half, Kennett will be shooting 2. We got 1:35 to go. Both free throws good, 21-14. Cruz, Kennett's gone back to a zone. Free throw line to Mashing. Over to Cruz, fakes the shot, back in the lane to Mashing. Mashing drops it down low, and it's going to go out of bounds as She was trying to get it to Dutton. I don't know if Dutton could have done anything with it in there amongst the bigger girls anyway. Randall, middle of the floor. Jaco throws it over to Spielman. Spielman, head of the key to Thomas. Over to Jaco. She's wide open. Three-pointer up, in and out. And Thomas is going to be called for going over the back. Good job by Jalen Dutton blocking out. Coach McKeag didn't like that call. And Dutton's going to shoot free throws on the other end. That's the first foul on Thomas. Emily Ettier comes back in. And Coach McKeag's, and I'm not real sure that Thomas did get on Dutton's back, but she did do a good job of blocking out. Dutton's free throw, no good. And the rebound by Madlock. Dribbles up the floor, gives it to Jaco, and it's taken away. Pass ahead to Cruz. She should give it back to Massey. She does. Timberly turns, shoots, and missed it. And the ball's going to knocked out of bounds. The last touch by Kennett. I was trying to see who had the ball over there on the other side when the Donettes stole it. I don't know who knocked it away, but Timberly Massey come away with it. Jalen Dutton, throw it in out front. Jones open for the three, doesn't take it. Now she's going to shoot it from the free throw line. It's good. Jaco up the left side. And the ball knocked away from her, but it's going to be picked up on the other side by Spielman. Cross-court pass to Jaco. Guarded by Addie Jones. Gives it in the corner to Thomas. Thomas fakes the three, cross-court. And that's going to be Madlock's runners up, and it goes in. Well, I'll tell you what, she threw up a couple in the JV game that I couldn't believe went in either. That's two layups she shot from about, that one from about 10 feet. The other one was from the free throw line like a layup. 10 seconds left in the half. Cruz out front to Jones. Over to Dutton. Dutton's going to shoot a three. No good. And that's going to be the end of the first half. And the Donettes hold a 23-16 lead over the Kennett Lady Indians. They've outscored them in both quarters. 13-9 in the first quarter and outscore them 10-7 that quarter and have a 7-point lead at halftime, 23-16. We'll take a break here for a little bit, and we'll come back with 3 or 4 minutes before the second half and run down the first half scoring for you. You're watching the Donettes on YouTube.
You could try getting a loan out of town.
Someone will be with you. Don't know when. Don't hold your breath, but keep waiting. You don't have anything better to do.
Or just come to us, where we make quick decisions locally. Ozark Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA, now serving 6 counties. Online at ozarkfcu.com.
The phone booth is your one stop for all your cell phone needs. The phone booth now offers Total Wireless, where you can get unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data for only $35 a month. Need to add more phones to your account? Not a problem. Family plans are also available. You can manage your account in person or online at tpbooth.com. Come see the phone booth next to Subway in Doniphan for all your cell phone needs.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
Current River Ford is thankful for all their customers. And during November, they have incredible prices on all pre-owned and program vehicles in stock. Current River Ford has payments starting as low as $199 per month. They even have those hard-to-find Super Duty trucks for farm or work. Current River Ford's pre-owned vehicles are local trade-ins, so you will know the history of your next vehicle. Cars, trucks, or SUVs can be found at Current River Ford in Doniphan.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for road trips. We're for covering as much ground as possible on 2, 4, or 18 wheels. We're for drop tops, T-tops, classics, cruisers, pickup trucks, and dump trucks. We're for displaying Missouri plates like medals of pride. Have you ever hit a deer? Yep, we're for you too. We're for getting stuck behind a tractor on a 2-lane highway. And if you're a Missouri driver, we have an auto policy for you.
I am Doug Green, your Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
Hometown Pharmacy on LaRue Street in Doniphan, your one-stop pharmacy for all of your medical needs. Our pharmacists are now providing vaccinations for flu, pneumonia, and shingles in the pharmacy. Flu shots are covered by Medicare with no co-payment and no appointment is necessary. Hometown Pharmacy now offers a wide variety of vitamins and supplements from Now Foods that help support and promote optimal health through good nutrition. Refills can be requested online or by using our mobile app. We now offer delivery of your prescription if you live within the city limits. Transferring prescriptions is easy. Come by or give us a call and our friendly staff will take care of everything. Hometown Pharmacy, proudly supporting the Dons and Donettes this season. Come experience the difference a Hometown Pharmacy makes.
All right, welcome back, everybody. This is Keith Bowman back at Doniphan High School, and the Donettes lead the Kennett Lady Indians 23-16 at halftime. And looking at the scoring for the Kennett Lady Indians, Antonio Randall is their leading scorer in the first half with 7 points. She had 2 field goals, 2 two-point field goals, and 3 free throws. 4 points for Kanaya Madlock. She had 2 two-point baskets. Kyra Jaco had 4, 1 two-point field goal and 2 free throws. And Era Spielman had 1 free throw for 1 point for a total of 16. And they were 6 of 8 from the free throw line in the first half. For the Donettes, their leading scorers in the first half, Timberly Mashing with 6. Emily Edier had 6. Addie Jones had 5. Lexi Day 3 and Olivia Cruz 3. And the Donettes only 1 of 4 from the free throw line. They have got to start shooting better from the free throw line, especially in a game that's close. They definitely need to shoot the free throws better. Olivia Cruz made the only free throw they had in the first half. They had 2 3-pointers, one by Addie Jones, one by Lexi Day. Kennett did not have any 3-point makes in the first half. It's 23-16. The Donettes scored 13 in the first quarter, 10 in the second. Kennett got 9 in the first, 7 in the second. Kennett's back out on the floor. Donettes still in the locker room. We're about 2 minutes and 40 seconds away from the start of the second half. And I will look at the schedules here for the upcoming games. Tomorrow night, the Dons are going to be up at Elsinore taking on East Carter. And hopefully we'll be there to bring that game to you about 7:15 or so tomorrow night. We'll be on KYEC 88.3 FM. And then on Thursday night, the Donettes will take a trip up to Elsinore to take on the East Carter Lady Redbirds. And hopefully, I forgot to ask Coach Epps if they were going to play full JV game up there on Thursday night. The boys will be off until next Friday after tomorrow night. They will play Kennett here next Friday. The girls have a home game next Monday in the Battle of Ripley County against the Naylor Lady Eagles. I'm going to take one more 1-minute timeout, and we'll be back with second half. Stay with us.
If you're shopping for a new car, truck, or SUV, you need to make a stop at Countryside Chevrolet on Highway 160 in Doniphan. Countryside has one of the largest Chevrolet selections in the area, plus plenty of pre-owned vehicles that go through a 117-point inspection before they're warranted for 12 months or 12,000 miles. The goal at Countryside is to provide you the best deal on your next car, truck, or SUV. See them online at CountrysideChevrolet.com or call 1-800-63-CHEVY. Chevrolet, an American revolution.
My truck and I work all day long, so the truck has to be tough. But I want my truck loan easygoing, and that's what I get at my credit union. Flexible terms, great rates. My truck loan works for me, just like my truck.
Ozark Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA, now serving 6 counties. Online at ozarkfcu.com.
Okay, we're almost set for second half action. Just when I said a while ago about the girls playing up at East Carter, about the JV game, I just remembered Down here to my left is East Carter's coach. She's over here watching the Donettes play tonight. And by the way, I will mention this right now. I'm sure I'll mention it again on Thursday if we get to do the game. East Carter's new basketball coach, the girls' coach, is from Doniphan. She played here for the Donettes. Her name is Angela Rogers, and she is the new head coach of the East Carter Lady Redbirds. But they are going to play a full JV game on Thursday night, so somewhere around 7:15 with the varsity game. And those games will be on KYEC 88.3 FM tomorrow night and Thursday night. Then we'll be back on YouTube next week for the 2 home games. We got 1 boys game, 1 girls game next week. Donettes have the ball first. Day gives it in the corner to Jones. Mashing, Edier, and Jalen Dutton out there to start the second half. Kennett is back in his zone. Day gives it right side to Dutton. Dutton behind the 3-point line. Gives it in the corner to Edier. Bounces it to Mashing on the block. Turns, her pass is deflected, but Jalen Dutton is there to pick it up for the Donettes. She is all over the floor. She reminds me a lot of the way her brother played last year. He was all over the floor too, Jared. Oh, Addie Jones wide open at the head of the key. 3-pointer no good. Ball tipped around by Jalen Dutton. And Addie Jones goes to the floor, and she's going to be tied. Oh, they're going to call a travel before the tie-up. But Jalen Dutton kept it alive again. Well, I'm surprised Addie missed that when she was wide open stepping into that. It's Jaco, Hubbard, Harris, Patton, and they're going to turn it over against the press again. Pass too high. Down low, Edier fakes, throws it back out front. Lexi Day steps into a 3, and it's good. They're 26-16 Donettes. Played 1 minute in the third quarter. They throw over the top, and stop them with the basketball is going to be Randall. Over to Jaco, trying to answer back with a 3. No good. Ball loose on the floor. And Harris picks it up, gives it to Jaco, and she gets around Edier. Missed the layup, though. And an over-the-back foul going to be called on Patton. And she has not gotten into this game. That's her 3rd foul. And Jaco missed a wide-open layup after she got around Edier. That's the first team foul here in the third quarter. It's 26-16 Donettes. Kennett back to the man-to-man. Nice catch by Edier. Pops it out to Mashing for 3. It's no good. And offensive rebound by Addie Jones as Day got knocked down. And we're going to have a foul on Hubbard. That's going to be the 3rd one on Hubbard. So Hubbard and Patton both with 3 fouls now for Kennett. 6:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Day, pass a little bit too far out towards the sideline, and it goes out of bounds. Addie Jones couldn't handle it. It was down around her foot. So the Donettes will set back up in the press, and they're going to have to watch throwing over the top. Harris gives it to Hubbard. Hubbard over to Jaco. Jaco lobs it up. Edier knocked away, but she knocked it right back to Jaco. Harris gets it, gives it to Hubbard at the head of the key. Over to Jaco, fakes the 3, dribbles in, shot up, no good. Offensive rebound by Randall, missed the shot. Ball loose, and she gets it again and puts it up, and she missed it again. The Mashing rebounds at this time. Donettes got lucky. Boy, she missed a couple of point-blank ones. Mashing tried to hit Edier down underneath, and the ball tipped out of bounds. That was tipped out, I believe, by Harris. Lexi Day steps out to throw it in for the Donettes. Mashing at the free throw line. She's going to go in, put it off the glass, a little too hard. And Randall gets the rebound. Passes it to Harris. Harris just barely seen Dutton coming up behind her in time. Gives it to Jaco. Down to Patton. Covered up by Mashing. Back to Jaco. Jaco dribbles one time, gives it back to Patton on the baseline. Patton behind the 3-point line. Gives it down to Randall. Edier went for the steal, didn't get it. She missed the shot. Hubbard gets the rebound, passes underneath to Randall, and she puts it in this time. It's 9 points for Randall. 26-18 Donettes. 5:05 left third quarter. Dutton on the right side. Out front to Jones. Left side to Day. In the lane to Edier. Nice fake. Goes in. Missed the layup. Got it back. Going to put it up. Missed it again. Ball tipped, and Jalen Dutton's going to come out with it. Passes in the lane. Mashing's free throw line jumper. It's no good. And Harris gets the rebound. Boy, the Donettes are all over the place. They just can't get the ball in the basket. Hubbard dribbles down. Gives it to Randall, and that's an offensive foul on Randall. You can see her stick her shoulder out a little bit. And that is the first foul on Antonia Randall. And Bailey Carson coming back in for Emily Edier. And the Donettes have only scored 3 points, a three-pointer by Lexi Day, and Kennett has only got 2 in this quarter. Day penetrates, they kick it back out, inside out to Jones, missed the three-pointer, and Patton gets the rebound. Passes over to Jaco, and she'll bring it up the floor for Kennett. Kennett met by Dutton. Now she's going to switch off, and Lexi Day's going to pick up Jaco. Hands it to Hubbard. Hubbard dribbles to the right side. Guarded by Jalen Dutton. Over to Jaco. Jaco gets around Day, shoots a short jumper. It's an air ball. Natty Jones picks it up the rebound off the floor. Comes up the floor quickly. Going to dribble down, circle back out on the left wing. Gives it to Jalen Dutton at the head of the key. Back to Jones. Baseline to Carson. In the lane to Mashing. Out to Day. Three-pointer from the same spot. A little bit too hard. Ball tipped around. Mashing loses it. Goes right through her legs. Out to Jaco. And we're going to have a foul on Jalen Dutton. That's 2 on Dutton. And that is the first team foul on the Donettes here in this quarter. And we got 4 new players coming in for Kennett. Going to be Madlock coming back in and Spielman, along with number 44, Adeline Nelson, and number 32, Anel Harris. Let me see who stayed out there. Hubbard. So it'll be Kennett's ball. Donettes set up in the press. Madlock, almost double dribble, throws it over to Hubbard. Hubbard lobs it up. Edier knocks it away. Saves it before it goes out of bounds. Passes down low. Dutton up off the glass. Missed it. And the ball knocked out of bounds. And that basket has got a lid on it. Actually, I think both of them do, but this is going to end up being a very low-scoring affair here tonight, 26-18. And we've got 3:22 left in the third quarter. Dutton inbounds it out front to Jones. Over to Olivia Cruz, who just checked in. Gives it in the corner to Edier. Fakes the shot, and we're going to have a blocking foul on Anel Harris. That is the 4th team foul on Kennett and her first personal. Mashing will throw it in underneath the left side of the Donettes basket. And we got Jaco coming back in. She's going to give Hubbard a rest. She was the only starter who didn't come out just a minute ago. Inbounds pass comes to Edier. Out to Dutton, has it knocked away. Now she's double teamed. Gives it to Mashing at the head of the key. Dribbles down, kicks it out to Cruz. Three-pointer by Cruz, a little too long. And Spielman rebounds in the corner. She's double teamed. And they're going to call a foul on Timberly Mashing. So Mashing has 3, Day has 3. And Mashing's going to get a break. That was one of them where they had her double teamed, and she just kind of went in between them. And a lot of times they'll call an offensive foul on that, but they called a foul on Mashing. Inbounds pass comes in to Randall, who just checked back in. Pass in the middle, stolen by Lexi Day. Day bounces down to Jones, open from 15. It's good. Addie Jones with 7 now. Back to a 10-point lead, and now Olivia Cruz with a steal. Going in for the left-handed layup, puts it up, no good. And Spielman got the rebound. And she tried to throw it to Harris, who was running up the floor on the outlet, and Harris didn't expect it coming. Harris checks out, and Hubbard comes back in. So it'll be Donettes' ball. Jones open in the corner, doesn't take it, dribbles baseline, and we're going to have a blocking foul on Hubbard. I actually wish they hadn't called that because I think Edier was going to get about a 2-foot jumper. And that is Hubbard's 4th foul, so I guess that's all right. Team foul number 5. And Mallory Morrow's coming back in. Inbounds pass out front to Olivia Cruz. Baseline to Day. She's open for the 3. It's in and out and almost back in. And a rebound to Randall. Gives it to Morrow. Hounded by Dutton in the back court. Gets it up into the front court to Jaco. 28-18. Donettes lead by 10. Pass down on the baseline. Cruz with another steal, and then she's going to be fouled by number 14, Antonio Randall. The Donettes are playing really good defense and playing really hard. They're just having a terrible time to get the ball to go in the basket on the other end. It'll be Donettes ball in the back court as Bailey Carson's going to check in. And she's going to replace Addie Jones. We got 2:14 left, third quarter. The Donettes have been in the bonus the rest of the game. Dutton gives it in the corner to Carson. Back to Dutton on the wing. Dutton penetrates, drops it off down low to Edier, and Edier's going to be fouled by Randall. So here we go. That's the third one on Randall now. She joins Patton with 3 and Hubbard with 4. So the Donettes going to be at the free throw line a lot here probably. Now number 20, Katara Rayford comes in and replaces Kanaya Madlock. Camille Thomas, coming to the scorer's table as well with Patton. And Edier misses a free throw. Not going to do any good to get there if you don't make them. 1 out of 5 for the Donettes. Jaco left wing, down low to Randall. Throws it out front to Morrow. She passes right side to Rayford. And the ball stolen away by the Donettes. I'm trying to get her name right. I thought it said Ralford, but it's Rayford. Cruz on the right wing. Bounces down low to Edier, and the ball knocked away. She was double teamed. That was forcing it in there. The Donettes have done a pretty good job not forcing it, but they forced it that time. Morrow hands the ball off to Rayford. Back out front to Morrow, left side to Jaco. Guarded by Lexi Day. Dribbles in, passes out to Morrow. Now she throws it back out front to Rayford, left side to Jaco. Jaco with a runner into the lane. It's good, and she's fouled. And again, that's one of them where it looked like Edier was straight up, but she's going to get whistled for her third foul. The bucket's going to count. And this is one place that Kennett has done better than the Donettes, the free throw line. As we have Thomas and Patton coming back in. Rayford and Morrow will check out. Yeah, they were 6 out of 8 from the free throw line in the first half. And now they're 7 out of 9 as that one goes in. That 3-point play for Jaco. She has 7 points. 28-21. Still a pretty close game. Neither team scoring much, but one team going a little run. The Donettes could put it out of reach, and Kennett could get back in it real quick. Day passes baseline to Bailey. To Bailey Carson. In the lane, Edier open just inside the free throw line. It's good. 8 points for Emily Edier. And Jalen Dutton knocks it away from Jaco in the back court. And it goes out of bounds. And now we got Montana Cunningham going to come in and give Edier a rest for this last 34 seconds. She's got 3 fouls. Coach Epps doesn't want her picking up that 4th one before the 4th quarter. 30-21 Donettes. Inbounds pass comes in to Patton. Gives it to Jaco. 2-2-1 press. Back to Patton. She's going to dribble it into the front court. Bounces it down to Spielman, and she's fouled by Addie Jones. Second one on Jones. Only the 4th team foul. 23 seconds left. 23.1 as Kennett will inbound under their own basket. Camille Thomas will throw it in. Oh, wide open underneath that was Patton as she set a screen and rolled back to the basket, and she was absolutely wide open. That makes it 30-23, and Coach Epps calls a timeout. He must probably wanting to try to get offensive players back in here, and it is Edier and Mashing going to check in. We will take a 30-second break. We'll be back after this message.
The phone booth is your one stop for all your cell phone needs. The phone booth now offers Total Wireless, where you can get unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigs of data for only $35 a month. Need to add more phones to your account? Not a problem. Family plans are also available. You can manage your account in person or online at tpbooth.com. Come see the phone booth next to Subway in Doniphan for all your cell phone needs.
right, we got Donettes leading by 7, 30-23. As I forgot how much time we got. We'll tell you here in just a second. I think it's like 16 seconds left in the third quarter. And I don't think I mentioned that they played a JV game, but the Donettes won the JV game 40-34 over Kennett's JV. It's going to be Donettes ball with 18.8 seconds left in the third quarter, leading 30-23. Mashing and Eddie are come back onto the floor with Dutton, Day, and Jones. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Epps not wanting to try to work on a last-second play here to get a shot before the quarter ends. Day dribbles left side, gives it to Jones. Jones puts it on the floor. Comes back out to Dutton with 6 seconds. They got to hurry. Free throw line to Mashing. She got to shoot it out to Day. Not going to get it off. And Coach Epps is saying, I just wasted a timeout. Well, that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And both teams score 7 points that quarter. It's 30-23 Donettes with 1 quarter to play. We'll be back in 1 minute after hearing from some of the fine folks who brings you Donettes basketball.
Davis True Value is proud to sponsor the Dons and Donettes for another exciting ball season. Just like the Dons and Donettes, Davis True Value knows hard work wins the game. They are your selection, service, and savings destination hardware store, serving the area with paint, plumbing, electrical, lawn and garden, and housewares. Your local True Value hardware with so much more. From window repair to chainsaw sharpening, we are the store of first choice. Behind every project is a True Value.
You've heard it all before. We're number one. We're the best. We have the biggest rebates. Now is the time to skip the hype and come to Current River Ford in Doniphan. They're all about helping you find the perfect new Ford. Current River Ford services your vehicles after the sale. From the moment you drive in, you will receive the quality service you've been missing. With the selection at Current River Ford, you'll find the new vehicle you want. How about getting your next vehicle at a dealership that makes it all about you? Current River Ford, Highway 160 in Doniphan.
Kennett Lady Indians will have the first possession of the fourth quarter, trailing the Donettes 30-23. They send out Thomas, Patton, Spielman, Randall, and Jaco. And the Donettes playing man-to-man. And, almost a steal there by Dutton. But Kennett will keep possession of it. Thomas at the head of the key. Right side to Patton. In the lane to Spielman. Puts it up to the left hand. Nice move. Spielman gets it to go. And it's 30-25. That's what I said. Donettes got to figure out a way to get the ball in the basket. That lead has been cut to 5. It's Dutton, Day, Jones, Edier, and Mashing on the floor. Dutton got it at the head of the key. Left side to Lexi Day. Back to Dutton. Over to Jones. Well, she's wide open. I don't know why she doesn't take that shot. Back on the left side today. They're trying to get it inside to Edier or Mashing. Kennett's playing a zone. It makes it kind of hard to get it in there. They finally lob it down to Edier. She catches, goes up. No foul called. And Mashing gets a rebound, and they finally call one. Man, Edier got conked there, boy. It's going to be on number 14, Antonio Randall. That's her 4th. Janisha Hubbard has 4. She is not on the floor right now, but that Randall, one of their most athletic players, actually her leading scorer with 9. Hey, Kimberly Mashing makes the first free throw. The Donettes are 2 out of 6 now. That's 7 points for Mashing, and Hubbard is going to check back in. Mashing's next one is good. Hubbard comes back in, replacing Randall. Donettes set back up in their press. They've gotten several turnovers. Pass up ahead, and they're going to get it down to Jaco. Goes in with a left-handed layup and scores. I'll tell you what, she's a pretty good-looking little freshman they got out there. Back at the other end, the Donettes lead cut to 5 again, 32-27. Got 6:50 to go in the game. Day's going to dribble into the paint, go up for the shot. No call again. The ball comes right back to her, and this time they're going to call a foul. And that's going to be 5 on Janisha Hubbard. She's going to foul out of the game. She started the game and has not scored a point. She's been on the floor most of the game. And they're going to bring in Madlock to replace her. So Lexi Day will be at the free throw line. I think it's a 2-shot foul. I think they were called it in the act of shooting. Free throw's good. The Donettes will be in the 2-shot bonus the rest of the game too, because that was team foul number 9, so the next one will be 10. Lexi with 7 points now. I'll make that 8. 34-27. Donettes lead by 7. Patton dribbles across the timeline. She's guarded by Mashing. And again, the ball deflected out of bounds by the quick hands of the Donettes. Lexi Day got a hand on it this time. Jaco gets the inbounds pass. Gets a screen. Lobs it down to Madlock, and she lays it in. A little late getting there was Edier. Madlock's got 6 off the bench, and the lead at 5 again. Mashing in the right corner. Bounces inside. The ball knocked out front. It goes through Dutton's hands. She saves it right before she gets past midcourt. And Coach Epps called a timeout, but I don't think the Donettes had possession, and Coach McCaig's upset, and I don't blame him. I don't think they had possession. I think it's going to be a 30-second timeout. The officials are discussing it. I actually don't think she had possession of the ball when he called the timeout, but he got it, so it counts. So the Donettes hanging on to a 5-point lead, 34-29. In this second half, they have had a hard time getting the ball to go in the basket. They almost turned it over there, but luckily, Coach Epps used a timeout. Let's see. It says on the board he's got 3 left, but I thought he had called more than that. But Lexi Day gives it in the corner to Jones. Almost went through her hands, and she is going to be fouled. And this will be a 2-shot foul. I think they called it on Jaco. That's only Jaco's second foul. And Addie Jones' free throw is off the left side. She rushed that one a little bit. (34-29). Next one on the way, and it's good. Donettes have done a little better this half from the line. That is 8 points for Jones. Donettes drop back, will pick up man-to-man. Jaco gets a screen, finds a path to the basket, goes in, her shot up, partially blocked by Edier, and the ball comes down to Edier. That time she kept her hands straight up, and they didn't call the foul. Donettes lead by 6 and have the ball. Dutton gives it right corner to Mashing, back to Dutton on the wing. Down to Edier, and it goes right through her hands. Goodness gracious. Picked up by Pat. She throws it up to Thomas, and Thomas will bring it into the front court. Thomas dribbles in, kicks it out in the corner to Jaco. It looks like to me all the girls on the Kennett team kind of depend on Jaco to get things done, and she, according to this, she's a freshman. She has it on the left wing, dribbles to the baseline, cut off there by Lexi Day. Long three-pointer up, no good by Patton. And a rebound by Emily Edier for the Donettes. 5 minutes and 5 seconds left in the game. Donettes lead 35-29. Lexi Day gives it to Addie Jones, left wing. Baseline to Edier. Back to Jones. Cross court, Lexi Day. Bounces down low to Mashing, and she can't get it before it goes out of bounds. Donettes can't stand prosperity here. Antonia Randall comes in for Era Spielman. They throw in a 3 or 2 here. It might get interesting. I'll tell you what, they had several chances the Donettes have, but hadn't been able to take advantage of it. They'll still lead by 6, and we're under 5 minutes to go now. Jaco's pass is deflected, but it's picked up by Thomas. Her shot no good, and she gets her own rebound. Missed the second one. And Coach Epps is mad because the Donettes didn't get the rebound. They just stood there and let her get her own miss. And Olivia Cruz is getting ready to come back in the game next dead ball. Timberly Mashing. Throws it out front to Jones. The ball tipped into the back court. Jones will run it down. 4:10 to go in the ball game. 35-29 Donettes. Pass over to Lexi Day. Dutton comes to the center of the floor, catches the pass. Now passes it right side to Addie Jones. She gives it to Mashing. They'll throw it back out near midcourt to Day. Day dribbles into the paint, kicks it out to Dutton. She's open for a three, steps into it, no good. And she goes in and tries to get her own rebound, and she's going to be called for the foul. That's only the 5th team foul. That is 3 on Dutton. Who'd they call that on? She wasn't even in there. That was on Dutton. Well, they called that on Emily Edier, and she wasn't even in the picture. Pass up ahead to Patton. Dribbles in, ball knocked away, loose on the floor, and it's picked up by Timberly Mashing. Mashing heads back the other way. Right down the center of the floor, stops, shoots it, no good. And a rebound by Madlock. And Jalen Dutton almost gets a steal, and she saved it. They stopped for a minute and threw it into the Kennett player. They thought it was out of bounds, but it wasn't. But Kennett has the ball. 35-29. Well, you got to guard that three-point shot. They throw one of them in. 3:10 to go. Oh, my goodness. Jaco just went around the screen, and nobody picked her up. And it's 35-31 with 3 minutes to go. Edier comes to the scores table to check back in. Donettes need to just quit shooting unless they get a layup. Into Mashing, and she gets it to go. 10 points for Timberly Mashing. Pass in the middle, Madlock, and she has got a wide open layup and lays it up, and she missed it. But Randall rebounds, and she missed the shot. Madlock with the rebound, she shoots it no good, and they're going to get it back again. Patton bounces it to Randall on the baseline. Out to Patton. Three-pointer up and good. I told you. Bound to happen. 37-34. That's their first three-pointer of the game. The Donettes need to just hold it out there. Coach Epps is going to call a timeout, get Emily Edier back in the game. They called that foul on Edier a while ago, and that was her 4th, and he's going to bring her back in. We got a timeout. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back after this message.
We are Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance, and we're for the people of Missouri. We're for kayakers, car dealers, grocery baggers, and mail carriers. We're for teachers, preachers, students, and singers. Armed service members, you bet we're for you. We're for people who shake your hand and say hello, not because they know you, but because they don't. We're for brewmasters, stockbrokers, beauty queens, and truck drivers. And don't worry, we're still for farmers too. Whatever you do, if you're a Missourian, we're for you.
I am Doug Green, the Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent, and if you're in Ripley County, I've got you covered.
All right, folks, it's getting interesting here. 37-34, the Donettes lead has been cut to 3. I said a while ago, if they throw in a 3, and she didn't throw it in, she shot it. It was a good-looking shot, but that's the first one they've made in the whole game. And it cut the lead, the Donettes lead to 3 points with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go. Coach Epps called a timeout, and we'll see what they do here. A couple times they've shot some iffy shots here, and right now they're in the 2-shot bonus. I'm kind of surprised if they don't just hold the ball and make them come out and guard. The pass to Addie Jones, and the ball knocked away, but it's going to go out of bounds by Madlock. I'm actually kind of surprised. Kennett's still playing. I think they're still playing the zone. No, they may be going man-to-man now. No, they're still playing the zone. Day's going to dribble into the paint, and her shot up, and it goes. I don't know that that's a good shot, but it went in, so good enough, I guess. 39-34. Thomas throws it over up ahead. Here comes Madlock, bounces across lane. Emily Edier knocks it away. Picked up by Timberly Mashing. 1:40 to go, and she'll stop when she gets across midcourt. Calls Addie Jones out. Jones over on the left side holding the ball. Gives it to Lexi Day. Day just puts the ball under her arm. Jaco comes out on her. She passes over to Jones with 1:28 to go. Donettes are playing catch. They have Mashing on the right side, Day in the middle, Jones on the left side. Mashing Dribbles down into the paint. She's got a left-handed layup, and she is going to be fouled. Now, that's the way you do it right there. Foul on Randall, and that's going to foul her out of the ball game. And she drove to the middle of the floor. Nobody picked her up. It just opened up. And she'll be shooting 2. And Coach McKaig's talking to the official. And it rims out. She'll have one more. They got to get somebody in there. They let her stay on the floor with that after a 5th foul. Spielman's going to come back in, and Randall's going to go out with 9 points in the game. 39-34, 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the game. Mashing with one more free throw. Puts this one up, and it rims out. Spielman with a rebound. Jaco will bring it into the front court. She's going to take it down to the baseline. Circles back out. Dribbles to the baseline. Now she's double teamed. The ball batted away, and it's going to be tied up. And it's going to stay with Kennett on the alternating possession. But Jaco got down there in the corner, and she's only listed at 5'2". Kind of hard for her to get that ball over Mashing at about 5'9", 5'10". Thomas will throw it in. 1:02 to go. Inbounds pass to Jaco in the corner. Throws it back to Thomas. Thomas goes in, puts it up, no good. And a rebound to Jalen Dutton. And Coach Epps is saying, hold it. And she traveled. Ooh, she got away with the travel. That was a walk. Well, the Donettes keep it here. And we'll see. Day's going to dribble in, and she's going to be fouled. Lexi Day, one of the better free throw shooters for the Donettes. She'll be shooting 2. Day's free throw good. She has 11 points. And Donettes a little better from the line this half. They're 6 out of 10. Next one on the way is short. Spielman gets the rebound. 6-point lead for the Donettes. Madlock quickly into the front court, passes it up to Jaco, fakes the 3, dribbles in, goes in for the shot, and it's blocked by Edier. Jalen Dutton comes out with it. Dutton gives the ball over to Mashing. 25 seconds to go. Kennett's going to have to foul, or the Donettes can run it out. Mashing gives it up to Lexi Day with 17 seconds to go. I don't think they're going to foul. Well, they did right there, but they didn't call it. Pass up ahead is going to be too far, I think, for Madlock. She does save it, but she saves it into Mashing, and that's going to do it. Donettes are going to win it. It wasn't pretty, but they win it 40-34 over the Kennett Lady Indians. Donettes improved to 4-1 on the season. Scoring for Kennett, 9 points for Antonia Randall, 6 points for Madlock, Kanaya Madlock. Caroline Patton had 5. Kyra Jaco had 11. And 3 points for Eris Spielman. For the Donettes, Addie Jones had 8. Timberly Mashing with 10. Lexi Day with 11. Olivia Cruz with 3. And Emily Edier had 8. The Donettes win it 40-34. Remember, tomorrow night, everybody, hopefully we'll be coming to you from East Carter on KYAC 88.3 FM about 7:15 or 7:30. With the boys taking on the East Carter Redbirds, and Thursday night the Donettes will be in Elsinore as well, taking on the Lady Redbirds. So hopefully we'll be able to bring those 2 games to you from Elsinore. The boys tomorrow night, the girls on Thursday. Thank you for being with us, everybody. 40-34 is our final score. Donettes win it.